Good evening, everyone. How are we? It is I, Sharon Tal, the soul alchemist, here on our Thursday night rendezvous. And we are here, and let us see who else is here joining us. Good evening, good evening, good evening, Shari, good evening, Marie-Lee, here on Facebook. So remember, I'm broadcasting from 2. Who else is here joining us? So let us start by sitting comfortably, maybe burning some sage, and allowing ourselves to actually enjoy some purification. So we are here, we're just burning some sage in a seashell. Burning a little bit. Hello, supporting your way. Understand that Insta is calling a few people to join, so that is good. And Facebook as well. Hi Francis, how are you? Let us see, just a little bit of sage. We're working according to the American Indian. We're taking the sage. For people who are wondering what it is, I often get asked, but why do you do it this way? So sage it represents the 4 elements. So sage is coming from the earth, the shell is coming from the sea, the fire, and the spirit. So we are clearing. So when the American Indian do that, they are actually asking from the 4 elements of nature to balance and purify the air. So here, that is for you, over there. Marilee, you really want to be in my live as speaking with me? Or did you just press the button there? So let us do this. Just preparing with a little bit water. All right. So, Yasu Helena. So here we go. I hope that you are all well. And basically tonight's subject is about what is the difference between being a victim and being wounded. So a lot of time people are saying, or people saying to people, don't be a victim, get over it. Why are you doing this way? Why are you whinging and moaning? What are you waffling about? All these very derogative words that puts people down. And some people are turning and speaking within their wound while they're actually trying to express what they feel and how they feel. However, when we are looking at being a victim, there are victims of war, there are victims of car accident, victims of illness, families of victim. You know, when I teach my workshop and in relation to trauma, when I do my talk about it, a lot of time, and that is not really known, people are victims or in trauma even if they didn't have it directly at them. They will be in trauma when they have witnessed and seen it or heard it. So for example, if a parent was bashing the other parent and the child, and another child was witnessing it, they will get almost the same PTSD as the person who has received that. Does that make sense? However, the problem is that a lot of time you go into a loop. You're going into a loop of the trauma, and then you don't know what to do with it. You just see yourself repeating the pattern over and over again, and then you're stuck in it. And this is where sometimes people are telling you, get over it. It's been so long ago. Why are you still thinking about it, right? But imagine a child that immigrated from another country and doesn't speak the language, and they have to actually translate for their parents, or they have to come and introduce themselves, but they don't speak the language. Do you think that as adults it's going to be easy for them to be able to be socially efficient or socially adequate? They can either be super social out there, or they can be super introvert. Does that make sense? So even though if people are trying to do their best, they might have that fear that they won't be accepted. When people are finding themselves repeating the pattern over and over again, just with different people, what is really happening is the universe is providing them an opportunity to shift. Have you had any trauma that you are looping on? Have you had any abandonment? Whether it's abandonment, whether it's stress, whether it's fear, whether it's true trauma that had happened. When I'm saying true, it literally happened. Nobody can dull it or minimize it or water it down. And then they laugh at you and they ignore you. Half of the problem is that the person who has been the victim needs recognition. But because that most of the time they just say, get over it, they're already repeating it in a different loop. Does that make sense? And do you have any questions so far about it? Today I'm actually lighting one of my candles. This one is the private collection that is extremely yummy. It's the feminine one with gardenia and freesia. And if you want to enjoy this beautiful candle, it has amethyst, rose quartz, and citrine, abundance, love, and peace and joy, of course. I personally hand pour them myself, so I create them and I do everything. You're welcome to get them. They are so yummy, and they will last for about 80 hours, I think. So this is really a big one. And that is 500 grams, but it's actually a bit more. So if you're looking for a great gift, amazing. Do you have anything to write? Tell me about the trauma. Tell me about the loop. I want to hear about a loop that you had, and I can help you to break it right here, right now. What did I write here? Have you ever been told, get over it? Have you ever been told, just move on? Have you ever been told, it's not important, it's not good, it doesn't matter, it happened so long ago? Have you ever been told that while you're still raging within you, while you're still angry and upset within you? So this is where we need to kind of change this attitude. So please write to me if it was told to you. Because when we dig deep, there is a real wound. So I feel and I hope that a lot of you have done some form of therapy, or you're a little bit more aware than the average person. And because ignorance and please, thank you for writing yes. Can you write what's the loop? And then I can help you to break it if you wish, of course. What is the loop and what is the real wound? Could it be acknowledgement? Can it be awareness? Could it be that you really just wish to be accepted and heard for who you are without needing to become what other people want from you? Does that make sense? Because a lot of time the victim needs to conform to the other person's or to the group or to the majority ways of thinking and being, pardon me, and that's really not what they need. All they need is, we're very sorry that it happened to you. What can we do for you now? Or how can we solve it now? Or what do you need in order to move forward? So with the abusive relationship, what is it that you need right here, right now to A, feel better, step out of that victimhood, and make sure that you are not bringing it again in the next relationship? Because when you're collecting the same pattern over and over again, you're not getting over it. And that is the difference, right? Simone, I'm sending you my condolences. Wishing you long life, as they say the Jewish way. Tamara, what's two means? So write to me. So when you are allowing yourself to stop the loop, you can actually grow and change. And being abandoned, being neglected, being abused, being bashed, being, treated wrong will create, first, protection mechanism. You'll be in survive. Survive is all about protection and running. So you might be running from it. You might be running to substances. You might be running to alcohol, to smoking, to drugs, to gambling, to shopping, to sweet, savory, whatever it is. And I write about it in my book, in the chapter Addictions and the Adrenal Story, okay? And this is where you are gonna enable yourself to free yourself and to be that powerful person that you are by observing it, seeing it, and then being able to release it, okay? So you want to feel content, feeling settled and freedom. And everyone will tell you if you're just a victim, get over it. It was so long ago. Why? It's all about you. A control is over in you. You can decide how you're going to live. And I say, you know what? That's all beautiful, but it's BS. Because if you haven't cleared the origin of that problem, you can't just move on. You cannot just move on. Unless you heal the wound, you will not heal totally. Yes, of course that you can live with the scratch. Of course that you can live with some pain. But why do you need to live with the pain? Why do you need to have so much agony within you while you can actually look at it, find the core of it, and release it? And once that you are releasing it, bang. This is where the wound can heal. Does that make sense? So if you cut yourself with a little paper cut, or with a knife, or with chopping, God forbid, the arm, that is all shifting who you are and what you are. Different levels, do you understand? Yes, you'll function in any way. You will. People are born without limbs and they function. However, does it really gonna make it work their way and to live in their thrive? No, they will live and survive. So whomever putting you down and telling you, don't do it, get over it, move on. Why are you waffling about things that are clearly just brushing it off and encouraging your surviveness? And we don't have time for survive. We need to be in the thrive. And how do we thrive? Do you know how to thrive? When you are feeling content, settled, and free. And this is what you said there, Dion. To get over that my twin brother doesn't want to talk to me anymore. Is there any reason for it? You have to just let it be, right? So you just see what things are. Donna Marie, don't try too hard, okay? It's not about trying hard. It's about being accurate. It's about being laser clear of what are the things that are still hurting you. And once that you realize what is still hurting you, you can shift it. And the fact that you will be able to identify what is abusive relationship, what is that energy that you are still attracting. And if you are attracting it, it's clearly because you need to learn still the lesson. And the lesson is what? That you are more important, that you can identify the abuser, that you can identify what is right and wrong in your life. Does that make sense? And once that you're freeing your soul and freeing yourself, you are free, settled, content, just like what was desired. So what do you do with the wound? Some of it you can do first aid and clear yourself. But some of it you need to go to the doctor or to the therapist. Okay? So once that you have a wound that you can't reach, that you don't know, that you need to shift, or that you need to be able to do it for yourself, ask for help. If you keep manifesting the same thing, that is the definition of insanity, doing the same thing and expecting a different result. There isn't any. This week I had a not so nice experience that I am feeling really challenged about the trust that I gave someone. And I'm really hoping that things can just go back to what they were, but I don't know, because it takes two for a tango. So listen to this quote that I have written for you today. Hello, Tyricus. Listen to this quote that I have written for you today. You can't save people. You can only love them. They have to save themselves. I'll repeat it again. You can't save people. You can only love them. They have to save themselves. Okay? So how many people do you actually try and save? I have to admit, I do that. If someone is really in need, I'll be there. I'll do it. Will I have to pay for it sometimes? Potentially. Can I get drained afterwards? Yeah. Have I given too much? Yeah. Does that make me a victim? Yes. However, I can't just say, oh my God, I'm a victim of, oops, I did it again. No. Then it is the other part of it is this is where is my wound to look at it and say, why do I have to need to save people? I mean, I'm a therapist. In a way, I do save people who want to save themselves. I just guide. I give you guys a mirror. I just do this. Here, take it. It's yours. It's not mine. Okay? No problem. But sometimes, when it's someone that you love and you care about, you do that. How does that affect you? How does that make you feel? So in my case, I figured out my wound. And everything has to have boundaries. And when you don't have boundaries and when you do things with an open heart, you hope for the same. Does it happen like this? Not always. So what do I ask from you? I ask from you to identify a loop. Can you write to me, please, a loop that you are experiencing and seeing? Give me a loop. Come on, loopy the loop, the good wolf. Let us see what it is. Earlier today, I had a friend here. I had a friend over. And she said to me, Sharon, how do you always manage to stay so positive? And I said, you know what? You have a choice. Yasu. You have a choice. You have to go from A to B. A to B, right? It's your choice how you're going to walk it. Are you going to walk it with joy, with laughter, with anger, with upset, with stress? It's exactly the same distance from A to B. What will it be? How will it be? It is on you. This is where it is your energy and your choice. So you're going to be a victim or you're going to be wounded. If you're walking from that A to B as a victim, poor me, you're stuffed. It's going to continue. But if you're doing it as a wounded and you found what it is, you use this distance from A to B to reach to the infirmary, to reach to the doctor, to reach for help. True? True. And I'm not always so positive. I'm a super empath, so I feel other people's crap on me. Why do you think I'm wearing 3? Why do you think that I'm wearing 3? And for all of those who have waited for the turquoise one, it is landed and I'm receiving it in the next couple of days. Yes. Which leads me for a little break in the Mind, Body, Spirit is going to be on the 11th of the 11th. So probably on the 10th, I won't be doing a live unless I'll just give you a quick view from the Mind, Body, Spirit because I need to set it up. So it's going to be the portal of the 11th. And guess what? Yours truly will run the meditation on the Mind, Body, Spirit main stage at 11 o'clock and do a portal. I will as well have it live on my probably Insta, 𝗏.soul_alchemist, and cast it there as well. Does that make sense? I hope so. Do you have any questions so far? And as well, I will be at Mind, Body, Spirit, but there's still another week, 2 weeks. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and 𝗁𝗂𝗪 help me work. Come and work at the stand. I do readings, yes. I've been doing tarot reading for 27 years. You can just DM me and I will communicate. Miss D and Beswick. So is that version 2.0? Was there any other version? She does, they're amazing. Said the lady who was this week for a reading. Right. So let me share with you another definition for commitment. And this one is commitment for yourself, okay? So commitment to yourself is, commitment means staying loyal to what you said you were going to do long after the mood you said it left you. Does that make sense? I'll repeat. Commitment is staying loyal to what you said you were going to do long after the mood you said it had left you. And that's a very good analogy. Because the commitment to self, oh, I'll go to the gym tomorrow, I'll go for a walk tomorrow, then tomorrow come, boom, boom, you're not doing it. Why? So, I know, right? Alana, how much do you love this smell? And Helena, oh my goddess. Here we go. And you can already smell it. It is so good. This is my private collection. So it is very, very special. And remember, I have created those scents. And it took me over a year to create them. And nobody else has them. And I created them specially. So one of them is like unisex and lemony and has a little bit more wood part and citrus, while the other one is way more feminine and it has freesia in gardenias. Yes, I do sell those candles. There are. You just joined us, but I was talking about it at the beginning of the broadcast. Yes, I do. And I hand make them myself and they are amazing. So tell me about a loop that you would like to clear. Help me. Yes, Susisa, are you still here? Eleni, tell me a loop. Tell me a mental loop that you're going through. So we have a person here who I might have seen before. And for example, she has the loop of perfectionism. Okay? So when you are a perfectionist, your standards are here. However, to get to here, it takes levels, right? However, what happens is that when you don't allow yourself to reach these things with stages, this is for me excellence, striving for excellence, which is always doing the best that you can. But this one, perfectionism, is due for so much frustration, so much pain, so much agony, because at any given moment, you're not good enough because you're not here, right? So you've done 10%, 20%. What if you can't do anymore? If I'll tell you all, next month there is a marathon. Let's all do it. Okay, have you run before? Have you done more than a few kilometers? Do you think you can really do 42 kilometers? No, you can't. Hi, Nat. Hi, Mira. You can't do it that long. And why is that? Because you need to prepare. You need to create the resilience and the consistency, very true, Alana, in your body. So you're going to start by walking. You're going to start by walking and then maybe jogging. Then jogging maybe 1 kilometer. Forget 1 kilometer. To the next tree. Then to the next tree. This is how I started to jog. Again, I used to be a runner when I was younger. But again, I was running because I was on Survive, and then I turned it into athlete. So I'm top athlete, or was, not to the professional level, but that is because this is how I dealt with my life. And boom, boom, boom. I strived for excellency and I got there as much as I could during high school and army and as such. So you start to the next tree, to the next seat, to the next corner, to the next traffic light. Does that make sense? And this is how you build that resilience. And then you take a further one. Then you maximize and you do it maybe faster. Once that you can do that, increase and increase and increase. To say that from now, from 0 to 100, you're going to do a marathon next month, it's not going to go. So what does it mean? That you're constantly in failure. That's why when you're setting up goals, please make sure that they are achievable or that they are, and it's not a problem that you want to reach to that. But can you please make it in a realistic time? Can you please do it for your realistic time? Which means that you say next year we can aim for it. Right? Does that make sense? Next year we can aim for it. Each and every one of us can do that. Okay, Natalie, maybe not you. You can do it with a chair. You know, so this is where we need to step out of the victim mentality into the wounded, because wound is temporary. And wound has probably already happened. So we need to heal the wound, and then the victim doesn't have to suffer from it anymore. Does that make sense? And this is what we need to look at. As well, I can see that my friend Penny from Uluru has joined us, which is wonderful, because that brings me to the next little sentence is, so as you know, 2 weeks ago, I've been in Uluru for a few nights with my beautiful daughter. And when I put my hand on the rock, it said, "We've been waiting for you." And they're still talking to me, telling me I need to create there a grounding retreat. And today, with consulting with the expert, I was told that March will probably be a very good month to do that. So if you're interested to do a grounding retreat for 3 to 4 nights or 2 to 3 nights, let's say between 2 to 4 nights in Uluru, I am looking at March 2023. I'm going to sit after this and write the newsletter for you guys that will come on the 1st of the month. And I will mention it there. I reckon that will be amazing. But still, if you are interested, you had a dream going to Uluru, there you go. Do it with me. We will do sunrise. We will do sunset. We will do meditations. We will do secret women's business, even if they are men. What we will do, we will really connect to it from all aspects. So from whatever essence that you are coming from, and I will receive way more downloads for that. And that is where we will continue to do. And I will probably speak about it as well, more that we'll get there. But I'm going to create just a framework, just a skeleton of what it's going to be. It will definitely be walks. It will definitely be meditating by the rock. And it will definitely be connecting in the most positive aspect to the essence of this land, to the essence of the indigenous people, and to give them the respect that they deserve as the original, true people that lives here. Does that make sense? Because I always go with respect. When I went to Hawaii, I went as an indigenous Jew. I wasn't a wannabe, I wasn't a this or that or that. No, my essence, indigenous Jew. What do I use? All the elements from all indigenous cultures, with their permission, of course, because this is where we bring it. So I'm still being told what to do. So I know that we will have the conch. I know that I will have the horn. I know that I will bring my American Indian drum that I have created myself. So all of that is coming and connecting to the land, and that is activation of, this is the activation of the land, of the heart chakra, of this continent And I believe that it is the solar plexus chakra of the whole world, where Hawaii is one of them, Jerusalem is one of them, Australia, Uluru is of course one of them. There's a whole chart of the spiritual places, chakras in the world. Does that make sense? So if you are interested and you're really interested to connect to that grounding energy, please send me a DM and I will start a file. I will start a list, because I'm a Virgo here, and we will make a list and we will see. And as soon as I'll have more details, more framework, I'll be able to send it through and we'll go with that. And I already have a few people that said, yes, there will be limited spaces. It's going to be up to 20 people. That's it. I don't want to do a bus yet. I don't want to do a full bus. I just want to do 20 people. Unless it's going to be big one, I can still do it. So that's for that. As I said, mind, body, spirit, I'm getting really excited. The 11th of the 11th, it's a big portal. It's a very positive portal. So it's a huge opportunity to shift the energy and to make it really epic. Epic for your growth, epic for your release, epic for your... And once that you can connect to that, you connect to your own essence, boom. And this is where we need to see, to feel, to be connected to our true heart. Does that make sense? And do you have any questions? While I'll have a sip of water. To my lovely sparkly minerals. That's it, you see? There are more than ley lines there. This is like, you can look at it after, Francis. It is like epic. The energy there is epic, to the fact that my daughter said, and she's, you know, just turned 20, she said that was the most amazing trip that she ever had, including overseas, you know. So if you really want to be able to connect to who you are and what you are, and Alana, I'm telling you, there's no camping, okay? There's no camping. There might be glamping, but it is not. And there will be showers. I don't care. I've been in the army for about a year. I've carried the tent on myself. No more tents, dudes and dudettes. Uluru trip will likely be in March 2023, as it's probably the best season, weather-wise, people-wise. Yeah, you can come. Yeah, you can camp when you're coming from choice there. When you don't have a choice and you navigate your way to the next place, nah, I don't think so. So at least you're going with the next sergeant, you know, so we can do that. We can definitely do that. So, any questions so far? So what loop? I'm repeating it. Goodness gracious. What loop do you still have that you would like to shift, that you would like to move, that you feel like you're a victim, but you're really wounded? Does that make sense? It feels like a victim and you come on, but you can't because you're looping, because the wound hasn't been cleared. Once that the wound has been cleared, boom, shalom, sayonara, l'arrivederci, l'arrivedere, all of that gone. Does that make sense? And that was sparkly minerals, you see? Comes with a little burp. So, we just had now the new moon. And at the 11th of the 11th, it will probably be a full moon, okay? So, what is it now in the new moon? You're setting up the goals. Once that you're setting up your goals, you are making it grow until the full moon. And you let it go. Let go and let God. And then you let it release. The elixir, one of my elixir that came today in relation to the victim and the wounded was, I am protected. This is I am protected. I don't know if you can see it there, but it is I am protected, and enhancing the protection layer on your cells and strengthening your immune system. It rejuvenates and anti-age your body like this. Oh, hello, Dr. Watson, my dear. So this is where it comes. Catherine, was talking about, please re-listen to this this live, because we're talking about doing a trip, grounding trip to Uluru. And by the way, the retreat could be including the flights, but if you choose to just arrive there, so it will be the component of the flights. There are a few types of accommodation there. There could be in the caravan park, but I don't think so, because there are some apartments, and I will find, trust me that I will find the best value for us, for all of us, because I'll be there with you. And I want us to be that connection and that close. So if I need to tell you, come, I just received the message, let's go and meditate, or let's go for a little walk or walk about, we can do that together. I don't want to gather us from 5 different places. Does that make sense? It's going to be awesome. Let me tell you about the protect. I am protected. So I am protected. I am protected is to enhance the feeling of self-protection across all levels, emotionally, mentally, physically, and spiritually. And if you're feeling vulnerable or unprotected in the world, energy lacking or leaking of you, you're feeling the destruction in the air, I'm always sick, my skin needs a boost, I want to shield my cells, I am feeling invaded and exposed. So let me put some of the drops here in the air. And I'll take a dose for us all. So you literally take 7 drops under your tongue. Those were one of my first elixir that I have created in 2018. Wow, 4 years, now I have 22 of them. All right, say with me, every cell in my body and my aura are now protected and full of vitality. My aura is clear and sparkly. I'll repeat, every cell in my body and my aura are now protected and full of vitality. My aura is clear and sparkly. And that is part of that. And that is so awesome. And that's what we need. And let me just tell you what is ozone. It actually has ozone in a homeopathic level. Ozone fluctuates between the contradictory states of powerful grandeur and failure. Remember what I talked to you about? The perfectionist and the striving for excellence? The self-destruction within ozone reflects the consequences of our modern day excess on the ozone layer. Ozone literally feel choked and abandoned by themselves. Generally speaking, the human race cannot acknowledge that we need to give up our excess of living to protect our vulnerable ozone layer. This elixir protects oneself from oneself, as well as providing a sense of security in the world. This remedy is particularly needed by those suffering from fears of the environment, radiation, and global warming. And this is definitely protecting your aura. Does that make sense? So you can easily purchase them from the clinic via my website, thesoulалchemist.com.au. They're only $40 instead of $44, and plus delivery or pickup. Pickup is free. Delivery is whatever the post charges. Does that make sense? All right, beautiful people. Any questions? No one was brave enough to give me their loop, yeah? But what can I say? It is what it is. So look how beautiful the candle that I said before, look how beautiful it's burning. Look how clean it is. And do you know what the beautiful of my candle, because they are made from cocoa soy? That will be empty, clean. You will have no residue left, nothing. You're having full, maximized efficiency. And every candle is energized with Reiki. And I pick each and every stone by myself. I don't let anyone else do that. I let people do the sticker because of my OCD. I don't do that. It drives me crazy. However, I do all the rest. This is like, I have to admit it. But if you really need an amazing gift for Christmas or for the office, I have it as well in diffusers. Come and smell those beautiful scents. But look how beautiful it burns. You know, it's so clean, so clear. And yes. All right. So, who is ready for a reading? Who would like to have a card? Who would like them? The reading is from my Survive to Thrive deck of cards. Again, another beautiful gift that you can get. If you're getting it and you tell me who you want it, I will dedicate it for them. Those are the cards. Who would like a card? Who would like me to pull a card for them? What do you think about this crazy weather, huh? Here we go. There we go. Caught. So I'm just cleansing them from last time that we've used them. That's the best way to do it. And now, who is here and who would like a card? Oh, it looks as if it's a bit stuck. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Penny, you're the first in. Oh, yes, and then Jamie, of course. Sorry, Catherine. Now I can see you all. It's like I needed to refresh it, right? Opa, Penny, that's your card. It just jumped. Your card is strengthening and free. And it's the throat chakra, and it is about revive and thrive. Revive and thrive. So I want you to say, the war is over and I am now free. Say it. The war is over and I am now free. Does that make sense? Does it fit? And remember, if you don't have me, you have here a whole booklet of the cards, so you can actually read my extra information that I've put there. Again, those were established in 2018 as well. I'm almost sure. Next, Catherine, the card for you. Catherine, the card for you is Shine Optimistic. Shine Optimistic. I want you to say, I am optimistic and now willing, ready, and able to glow and to shine my light into the world. How awesome is that, right? So I'll say it again. I'm optimistic and now willing, ready, and able to glow and shine my light into the world. Who wouldn't want to receive cards like this? Seriously, so positive. Card for Jamie. Hi, Jamie. Jamie, you are restoring. This is for Survive, Revive. So you're almost feeling just a little bit above. I now restore every cell in my body to full vitality. You see, this is perfect for the protected because it feels as if you're like a little bit tired with that. Oh, Sonia, you join us on time. I'll pull you a card. But first, it's Fit Donna Marie. There's a bit of fear there, Donna. Fearful, courageous. However, I want you to say, I am now willing, ready, and able to be free of my fear. I am now willing, ready, and able to be free of my fear. Okay? Fit, Donna. Next, Sonia, the card for you. Sonia, you are brave and you are reconnected to life. Brave and reconnected to life. The affirmation for you is, I am now willing, ready, and able to step out of my comfort zone. It is safe for me to reconnect to life. It is safe for me to reconnect to life. Okay, amazing. Excuse me, who else would like a card? Bre Marshall, would you like a card? Okay. Natalie, I'm jumping to Facebook. If anyone else wants a card, just say yes, please. Natalie, are you exhausted? My energy is vitalized. Say it. My energy is vitalized. I now choose to rest and replenish my mind, body, and soul. I now choose to replenish my mind, body, and soul. And Leah, are you with Mama there? Okay. Okay, now I see you there. Hang on. It's like you have to refresh it all the time. Leah, your card is Revive and Balance. I'm with you in a sec, Insta. Revive and Balance. I am now willing, ready, and able to grow. Bring it on. Step it up. Okay? This is where we need to bring it up. Open the circle. Let's do it. Okay? Amazing. Francis, a card for you, and then for me. Francis, your card is Abundance. How beautiful is that? Your card is Abundance. I am now proud of my achievements. You see, this is for all the perfectionists. It's time to do it. I am proud of my achievements and I'm full of gratitude for my wonderful life. Abundance is everywhere. You just need to look at it, you know. And a card for me. I am nurturing. I now nurture myself and others with love. You see, we spoke about it before. But instead of saving, it is nurturing. How good is that? Right? Simone, the card for you. Simone, your card is Purposeful. I am now willing, ready, and able to act upon my true calling and my clear purpose. I am now willing, ready, and able to act upon my true calling and my clear purpose. Okay? All right, back to Insta here. You're all beautifully welcome. Mindful Breathe Healing. The card for you is Letting Go and Confident. Letting go and confident. As I let go of my fears, I find my confidence. I now enjoy being the amazing person that I truly am. As I let go of my fears, I find my confidence. I now enjoy being the amazing person that I truly am. That's for you, Mindful. You're welcome, Helena. Yasusita. The card for you is Universal Love. That's exactly what we spoke. Universal love. I now feel universal love in every cell in my body. Even if you don't feel it, bring it on. I now feel universal love in every cell in my body. So today I did my nails, by the way, a wonderful design, right? 222, touch wood. And there was a lady there, and all the bank accounts of the business has been cleaned to zero. And the bank was like, oh, we're not sure what to do. We're not sure. Have you given it? Have you this? She's like, what are you talking about? It's a business of 30 years. I won't say what it is, but let's say it's simple food. Simple as simple. Like it's nothing complicated, nothing. And she was devastated. And I was like there, giving her a little slap without giving her a slap. And saying, don't you believe in God? Don't you know that it's going to be okay? No matter what has happened, remember the darkest hour of the night is just before dawn. You're almost there. Don't give up. Don't give up. Help is coming. Help is here. All you need to do is ask. Okay? Ask and you shall receive. It's like I said to the lady in Mind, Body, Spirit, why don't I do the 11:11 on the 11th:11? It will do the portal. The next day I get the email. You're doing it. I'm like, yes, bring it on, because I know that I could make that difference and open that portal for people to shift their energies into better vibration, into better frequency. And this is what we need. This is frequency remedy through this water. Does that make sense? And you can actually have a better frequency and a higher level. And that's what we want. Does that make sense? It's like from the future, but here already. Come on, join me. Alana, your card is opening up. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. Opening up, Alana. I am now willing, ready, and able to create new pathways that fulfill me. I am now willing, ready, and able to create new pathways that fulfill me. Okay? Who else is here? Who else wants? Isabella Silva. Here's a card for you. Lack of awareness, time to shift. I now choose to raise my vibration. Oh my goodness, you see? Those cards are so cute. I now choose to raise my vibration and be... I'll repeat it. I now choose to raise my vibration and be aware of all that's around me. And this is really beautiful. Is there anyone else that would like a reading? Have I missed someone? Small Hearts Grow. Oh my God, this is such a cute name. Would you like a card? Your card is wanting to change. I now realize that change is important to my evolution. It is safe to change. It is safe to change. If I missed anyone, you're also beautiful. You're also loved. Remember, unless you're clearing the wound, you're going to stay a victim. Because you're still a victim of the wound. Simple. When people tell you, oh, get over it and this, give them a dirty look and tell them, mind your own business, thank you. And then go and heal your own wound. If you need help to identify the wound, I can help you. I can help to support you and show you and give you your own beautiful mirror of your higher self. And once that you're connecting to the higher self, this is, by the way, the lecture that I'm going to give in the Mind, Body, Spirit every day, the Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm going to give a lecture at 1 o'clock, 1 till 1:45 in the Mind, Body, Spirit. And it's going to be balance and own your elements, or balance and own your power. It's elemental. And that is about connecting to your higher self, to the inner child, to your feminine, masculine, and dark side, and allowing them to work together. What is the dark side? Excuse my language, but the dark side is your door bitch. It's supposed to push away the club door bitch. Push away all the negativity. Push away everything that is not good. But what happens, sometimes it gets consumed and then it becomes destructive. Does that make sense? It's forget what's the right and the wrong. And this is what we're going to clear. So every day there, that's what I'm going to do. It's a free ticket. I'll probably film it once and then I will put it on my YouTube channel and it's going to be awesome. Does that make sense? Do you have any questions? Does any of you want the card while I still have them in my hand and wants me to read you a card? Card that I'm opening here for all of us is self-love. And I am now willing, ready, and able to express my self-love at any given moment. So someone spoke to me about therapy yesterday, I think, at the clinic, one of my clients, new client. And I said, I see someone twice a week. I align my spinal and I have 2 hours massage and cupping. This is not luxury. This is a necessity for me. Because I see so many people, I need to restore my own energy. And if I will not restore my energy, what's going to happen? I can only go so far. I'm here more than a marathon. I'm here to stay for the really long run. And that's why I'm here. Okay? Been doing it for 23 years. Bring it on. Caroline, are you here and you want a card? Amanda, here's your card. Your card is blame but choosing to change. I am now willing, ready, and able to be successful in all that I do. Boom. This is it. And Caroline, did I see your like? Ms. Caroline, the card for you is agile. Okay? Agile is, I am agile and I now choose to adjust to life changes effortlessly. How awesome is that? Sally, would you like a card just before I finish here? Because we have only a few more minutes. Sally, can I give you a card? Let me pull you a card. Sally, look at the big picture. I am now willing, ready, and able to see the big picture and achieve and enjoy my goals. So not only to achieve them, but to enjoy while you're doing it. So previously we spoke about how you're going to reach from A to B. Will you run? Will you sing? Will you whistle? Will you hop? Will you be grumpy and angry and frustrated? It is exactly the same distance from A to B. But it is on you to decide how you're going to do it. And the difference between a victim To a wounded is the victim, you're still looping. But as a wound, you're able to step out of the wound from the loop and to heal that wound. And with these beautiful people, I just want to thank you. If there's anyone else who still want a card, wanting to pull a card, as we spoke from Survive to Thrive by myself. And today I spoke about my beautiful candles and how clean they burn, as well as I am protected. I am protected, which will protect your aura and every cell in your body. So beautiful people, I want to thank you again for watching. You're welcome to watch the replay and to enjoy. One last card for everyone. One last card. Content. I am now willing, ready, and able to tune in to my needs. And my need is now to complete this hour and chill out. So peace out, chill out. Don't drink too much on this cup weekend. And if you do, on every glass of alcohol, have one of water. Otherwise, you will be dehydrated. And then you just need to take my hydration drops. Love you all. Take care. Write me DM. Uluru, mind, body, spirit. Love and light. Mwah. Be well.